Namaste, hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to today's session. Uh, before discussing today's session, a few things I would like to make it clear from this video. As we all know, that on 28th of this month, that is on Friday, we people are going to face first periodic test. For that, as per the instructions given from the principal sir, instead of 100-page notebook, you are advised to keep long sheets. So the number of long sheets required for you, you can purchase, keep separately for all the subjects, preserve it and present neatly. Then coming to the part of syllabus. So from my side, that is from history and political science part, I will prepare question paper separately for 25 marks, and remaining two parts, that is economics and geography, madam will prepare question paper from the number of chapters completed. So regarding that, madam will give you the instruction and other related informations. So from my part, so far we completed oversharing, federalism, two chapters from political science, then rise of nationalism in Europe and nationalism in India, it is in progress. So other than this, nationalism in India, remaining three chapters, that is power sharing, federalism from political science part, and rise of nationalism in Europe, that is from history part. So these three chapters are going to be taken into consideration. Then most importantly, a question paper pattern. We will follow the pattern advised, suggested from principal sir. Question paper pattern, actually it consists 1 mark, 3 mark and 4 mark questions. So one more time, through the WhatsApp groups, I clearly send you the information about first periodic test. It's my assurance, no need to worry, no need to get confused. Feel relaxed. Involve yourself towards your studies. Get prepared and face the periodic examination for all the subjects. Then coming to the chapter. So in the previous session of our discussion, we were discussing about Simon Commission. What is Simon Commission? Why it came to India? What is the principal aim of Simon Commission which arrived to India? Why it is boycotted, refused, from Indians. Then after that, what has happened? What were the important uh, uh, changes, thoughts brought into the leaders in attaining Swaraj? Then, in today's session, let us go for discussing the important part or concept of the chapter, that is Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. Mahatma Gandhi, he was the leader of nationalist movement in India. He found that salt, salt, it is powerful symbol which can unite the nation. Symbol, salt is one such commodity which is used by all of us in our regular requirements, needs. This salt is used as symbol that could unite the entire nation. Because of that, thinking of that, Gandhiji placed 11 demands before Viceroy Irving in the year 31st January 1930. These 11 demands placed by Mahatma Gandhiji, some demands were of general interest and some demands were of specific interest related to different classes from all the group of people living in different society, from peasants to industrialists. Gandhiji's idea was to make demands wide ranking so that all the classes within Indian society could identify with them and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. So, the most stirring demand among the 11 demands were abolition of salt tax, because salt is something consumed by the rich and the poor alike. There is no any such discrimination or differentiation where people refuse to use salt. It is one such thing which is used by all the different class of people, which is most essential item of food. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production, Mahatma Gandhiji declared to reveal most oppressive phase of British rule by launching Dandi March or Salt Satyagraha. So let me stop today's session and let us begin the other part of the chapter in tomorrow's session. So take care of yourself, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you, one and all.